Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you a couple of beaded bracelet hacks, and this will include things like the best way to tie a beaded bracelet, a good way to organize your beads, and some other little tips along the way. So let's just get started. The only thing you'll need for this craft is some string, and I recommend the Stretch Magic string because it is, well, one, it's nice and affordable, and two, it's really nice quality string. Like, it's super stretchy and easy to work with, and it's nice and thin. You can actually get a bunch of different sizes. I normally get this size, but it's easily can fit lots of different bead sizes, and my bracelets that I've made with this have lasted a really long time, so that's really nice. And then you'll just need some scissors and then whatever kinds of beads you'd like to use. The first little tip I have for you is to pour your beads into a container of some sort. So this is actually used normally to separate paint, so to like squeeze paint out into the different sections. And I got a 2-pack of these, so I use one for paint and one for my beaded crafts. And I find this really nice because you can pour the beads into here, and if you get a bead container like this, and if you can see, it just opens into this little part. It's really hard to like stick your finger in and grab them out individually. So what I do is I just pour them in the sections here. So I'm just gonna pour some in the middle here, and then once you use all those up, you can pour some more in. And especially if you have like these beads, I just kind of like put on randomly. I don't really use a pattern, and obviously they're all mixed together. But if you have beads that you're going to use that are a bunch of different ones, you can separate them into the sections, which is super nice. But you can also use just any other little cup or container. This is just what I like to use, and these are super cheap. You can find them almost anywhere. Okay, so this is the next big tip I am showing you all today. It is the best way to tie a beaded bracelet. So I used to tie it a different way than I do now, and I have to give credit to my sister for giving me this idea because it works so well, and it makes your bracelets look almost like you bought them from the store. It looks professional. So what I do is I do not cut the string beforehand, and this has a couple different benefits. The first benefit is then you are able to size it as you go. So like, if you know, the beads kind of almost alter the size in a way, so if you cut it beforehand, it might not be the exact size you were looking for. So this way you can size it as you go and then cut it to the length that you desire. And the second reason is it prevents you from tying a bunch of knots. So what I used to do is I used to cut the string beforehand. I would take the string, put it on one bead, and tie it around the bead a bunch of times. And then I put all the beads on, and then I tie it the same way at the end, and then I tie the two ends together. So I had like 3 big knots sticking out, and while the bracelet still turned out cute and you normally wear the knot on the bottom, it wasn't as efficient as it was if you were just you would just have one knot in the way I am showing you, and it makes it look a lot better, and the knot is more hidden. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So like I said, you're going to keep the string on the container it comes in, and you're just going to start taking your beads. And for this one, I'm not going to do any sort of pattern. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of randomly put them on, and that actually makes it look really cool. Like, patterns are so fun, but also when you like randomly stagger the beads like the ones I have, it makes it look super cool too. So I'm just going to start putting my beads on the string, and yeah, and it actually, like, they slip down obviously, but it doesn't like get caught up in like the string and get, you know, lost per se, you know, on the container it comes in, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until I have my desired length. And I actually have made a lot of bracelets with these beads before, so I think I'm gonna do something different and make a necklace. So I'm gonna make mine pretty long, but you can obviously do whatever you desire. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get the length I want, and then I will be right back to show you how to tie it off. All right, everyone, so I have finished my necklace. I measured it around my neck, and it looks pretty good. So once again, it is still connected to the container of the string. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna leave a little bit of extra on this end. You can maybe do a little bit less just so you don't waste as much string, but you do want a pretty good section to be able to tie it. So what I do is so there are no knots right now on these beads, as you can see. And another thing I like about this string is, yes, the beads will slip for you, but they also don't slip super easily where they're gonna like fall right off right away. So that's really nice too. But what you're gonna do is you are going to take the two ends and you're just gonna tie like you're starting to tie a shoelace. And I'm like more of a right hand, so I like to have the shorter string on my right hand. So you're just gonna take that, wrap it around like you're starting to tie a shoelace, just like that. And then you're gonna pull as tight as it will let you until the beads are like touching. Now you don't wanna pull too tight where they're gonna cross over each other, but just so they're touching, just like so. Now you're gonna kinda make sure you keep that pressure, and then you're gonna tie it again, just like that, around, and you're gonna pull really tight. Once again, you don't wanna do it too tight where they're gonna be all jumbled up like a bunch of beads. The bottom two are likely to do this where they stick up a little bit more. But if you want to try to pull it out, that's just kind of how it's going to be. But you don't want to pull it too tight where there's going to be more than just those two that kind of are up like that. So you're just going to tie it. And my rule is the magic 5. So I like to do 5 of these because that doesn't make the knot too bulky, but it ensures that it is going to stay tied for you and not break. And like, I know I've heard hacks about like you can put nail polish over or whatever, but I don't like to do that. If I do this 5 times, it's going to stay. So I pulled it nice and tight, and there you have it. And now I'm just gonna trim the ends as close as possible to the bead, but obviously not where the knot will be cut and break your whole design you just made. We would not want that. So yep, I'm just gonna cut it right there. And there you have it. There is your finished design. So as you can see, you can like hardly see. I might trim it a little more because you can kind of see there's a little bit poking up still, but you can like hardly see the knot. So I just really like this method because you're not gonna have 3 different knots sticking out, and it's gonna look a lot more almost like professional, like you bought it from a store. And yeah, I just really hope this video was helpful to everyone on one of the best ways personally, I think, to tie a beaded string bracelet or necklace or whatever you are making. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.